Now I get to say Chill
And
spit some
stare and
bars to
Sean.
me the other day for that song. It's gonna be crazy. I
Oh
ain't
yeah,
no
I
front.
did, because I stereo. I
Yeah,
wanted you to know that I wasn't playing. That I
yeah,
didn't want you to think
definitely.
Chill ain't getting ready for this song. He ain't wrote no bars, so I
Nah,
had
man,
to.
I know better. Chill, man. You always like your whole image when you was even with the MC Chill thing was the glasses and the pen and the just the look of this dude is like a brainiac. That was the look for me. That was like, you know what I mean? So, and never a slacker. You always went hard. So I wasn't even thinking about that part. I was just excited to wait to see what you came with.
Okay, but
That was
I did want you to know that I did have
yeah,
bars, that I just wasn't sleeping
yeah,
on your beat, not coming up with nothing. So I just had to let you know
yeah.
that I had came up with something. I'm working on
All
something
right.
slick.
I'm the dude who even the dude who don't want to do it no more. I send him something to make him want to do it. That's what I do. Real talk. I ain't just talking, but man, I done woke plenty of cats up who like, man, I'm done with this game. I ain't. Yeah, well, check this out, because it's always that flame burning. It's just about giving the right thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
To
no,
make
you
that
sent me the
flame
track.
ignite.
But the thing about it, you sent me a track not knowing if I had written any bars in 30
Exactly.
years.
Exactly.
You ain't
But
know.
my mentor was still that chill. I know that chill. I know what he do. That sound. So that's what made me even think of the track. I'm like, oh yeah, this is him. Because you're a storyteller. That's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
to me, your style, you tell a great story and you paint a picture mentally for the blind. And that a lot of people can't do that. You
So
feel what
yeah,
I'm saying?
I got you. Go. I see you. I see you with your hand up, D.
Yeah, Chill is like an executive of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
That's how he represented, right? So
Hmm.
plus his songs are futuristic. They stand the test, right? So
Right.
y- you would know that a person who would study to put those lines together would be able to still be able to put lines together now, no matter.
Right.
The question is, a MC like a poet. Nikki Giovanni is still writing.
Right.
Is is a MC on music? Is an MC that's actually a poet? Is an MC able to last as long and be able to go until they're 90, still kicking rhymes like a poet can still go? And
Well,
Exactly.
first of all, a MC is a poet and a lot more. A MC is a poet, but an MC isn't just a poet. Matter of fact, I think I used that line 30 years ago in MC Story about uh I had to think of the line, not just a poet. It might have been at the beginning of MC. I wrote this story not just for me, but for those long comes those don't understand good it feels, Mike your hand. If you're down and you know it, you're not just a poet or just anybody there with a mic in your face. You're the heart of the street, king of the beat, a slave to the rhythm that rocks the place. You're DJ's
Yeah.
dream and MC supreme. Cold being chilly most, if you know what I mean. And every night I pray each and every time and thank God to be born with the power of rhyme, neurological need, psychological lift. It is a mission to explore my God's given gift. To want it so bad, we would do it for free because we were sworn to be born the Supreme MCs. I wrote that in
Yeah.
1985.
Word.
That's from MC Story. That's
Yeah.
1985. And so I
Right.
answered that question then. So yeah, we are poets, but not just a poet.
but it
But here's the other answer to your question. We will see. You say, can MCs still kick into their 90s? Okay, we'll be able to test that out because really, cats didn't really start MCing the way that we know it now in until the late 70s. So pre 79, when Sugar Hill Gang came out with Rapper's Delight and King Tim the Third came out with Personality Jock, which by the way was the first uh hip hop record on wax, not technically not Rapper's Delight, but the Fatback Band put out a cut called Personality Jock by King Tim the Third, which was the first uh, rap record, quote unquote rap record on wax. But I'm saying Cats was Melly Mel and cats like that, and his brother Creole, and Cats was rocking uh like Mel said on my song, MC Story. He said, I seen Herc back in 76. Seemed like the thing to do. And so if Mel started rocking in 76, and he was like one of the first MCs in the vein that we know MCs now, uh, you got cats in their mid to late 50s going on 60. You got you got other cats. Chuck D just dropped heat with that State of the Union, shut the F up. I don't know if y'all checked that out yet.
Sort of.
Yeah.
And so Chuck
Well, I mean,
Chuck like 60 right now.
yeah, but if you sum it up, chill. To be honest, um, I want to say two things. They what about the rooftop guys? Because they be trying to give it to them like the first rappers.
The
You know what I'm
rooftop
talking about?
guys.
Yeah,
You talking
it
like the
was
last poets and cats like
yeah the
that?
last poets and stuff like
Oh, they're
that.
my dudes, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
trying to
well,
give it to
they
them.
poets. But that's
Right.
just like people talk about Gil Scott Heron.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
I'm
exactly.
talking about MCs
In the form of hip hop.
rocking with a DJ off a break beat or
Right,
off a
right,
beat
right.
on a mic at a party. He ain't a
Yeah, yeah,
singer. He ain't a
yeah.
poet per se. He's an MC.
Well,
He's in a rap
that's
group.
that's
So
part one of what I want to say.
so,
Part
but
two
I want to
is
say this. I want to say
uh,
just like my brother, my brother, Chuck, not Chuck D, cat from Cleveland. Uh, he's an old school MC, part of a crew that I had called the Final Conflict.
yeah, I
He said
remember that.
bars ain't got an age, and
Right.
just like jazz players are fall over dead still doing what they do, playing the piano, uh, playing the harmonica, playing the guitar. Stomping their feet, they can't even walk good. Sitting in a chair, stomping their feet, rocking that harp, and singing they stuff. Blues cats, jazz cats. Hey man, them cats rock in until the wheels fall off. So
You took the next thing I was gonna say because
so
hip hop is closer to rock and roll, and dudes in rock and roll are still going 78, Mick
now
Jagger, and all
are
that.
should these cats expect to be relevant to these young kids? No, but
Right.
it's the art form,
Well,
and
pending on the record, pending on
yeah,
the
but
record, you got to say that.
I don't, yeah, depending on the record, but I'm saying hip hop was created by young people, by youth.
What?
And
Let me ask you a real question. This trivia for you, real
okay,
quick. What brought Dougie Fresh back?
the dance maybe, the Dougie.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
And it brought
here's
him
the
back
thing,
full
it brought him back like that because
fledged.
Doug really never went anywhere.
I know. I know.
And
But I'm
I
just
mean,
saying for the
Doug
young
always
kids.
working. Doug
No, but I'm saying
always,
for the young audience though. He
yeah.
started
So the
grabbing the
dance,
young
the Dougie
audience.
brought him back
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
with
So it
everybody song.
depending on the record. That's why I say depending on the record. What you about to say, D?
Shouldn't we take the word relevant out? Because when you look at the
Yeah.
every time the Stones come out, they're so-called relevant, and a younger generation comes to the show. Sometimes I think that we might be shooting ourselves in the foot. And
Right.
if you don't have a supportive woman in your corner, because some women say, "You still trying to rap?" How much of it has to do with some of the women saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Still trying to rap"?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I put it this way. Again, at this point, I look at it as a art form. If I put out, kind of like what September was just saying, but in a different vein. I'm right now for the art. I send bars like I send it to my boy Smooth every time I write something dope. I'll send it to Smooth, and he'll say, "Chill. I don't know what you're gonna do with these bars, but they dope as hell." And I'm like, if I don't do anything with them, I'm still writing. So it's not like I expect. Dude, I was out in 85, 86. Uh, and I got a dope MC calling me up right now. My little sister Indica Spitz. Let me see what Indica talking about. Hold on. Indica, I'm on live, right? Do you see me on Showtime?
But D, can you hear me, D?
Okay, well I'm on here live right now.
That's what
Are you
that's
back?
what
Are you
keeps
okay?
me that's what keeps me relevant because I learned like a few years back. Yeah, I'm older and I'm in the hip hop game still. I'm a
No, you
CEO
want me
now,
to?
but I learned I keep these young cats around me because they know what's going on.
Okay, I'll
So they
tell them
keep
why.
me on point of what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I'm too old to be in the game, especially in my position. I'm a great position right now at this age, but what keeps me relevant is my whole team is young. My whole team is young, so they know what's going on right now. I'm just the structure of I know how to make a hit. They know what's going on right now. So with those two things together, you can't miss. You feel what I'm saying?
All
So
right,
I don't feel. Oh, I know a lot of MCs that's older that feel like, man, I don't know. I got a cousin who's incredible. And he's like, man, I'm too old, and you're not. You only
you
old
ain't
as
hear me
your
say that.
no. I know that, chill. But I'm
I
saying
said, okay, give me the track. I'm gonna light it up,
exactly because to me, you only old as your last hit.
and
That's
I
the only thing.
guarantee you that whoever told you that was
Hmm.
younger than me.
No, not true. This come from the top. This come from OGs in the game. Like you only old as your last hit.
Okay, if okay, well, if
You
some
know
cats
what I'm
out here,
saying?
when you was trying to bring back this, okay, I'm gonna let that one go. But anyhow, real quick, my man Sutek, he's still hanging in there.
Hmm.
He asked that we play the song. No, we ain't play. We Stereo just came up with. I don't know how long he did the beat, but I haven't even recorded it yet. I'm still writing,
Yeah,
finishing up writing. I just let him hear some of the bars the
yeah.
other
And
day,
it's fire,
and
fire.
then thank you, bro. And then Sutek also
Yeah,
said, "Good music is timeless," and you are exactly
exactly.
correct.
Yeah.
Now, my little hip hop sister, Indica Spitz, who got fire.
Hmm.
She asked me, did I mention the symphony? And I told her, no, I didn't. Do you want me to? She said, yeah. We recorded, we did a remake of the classic Juice Crew song, the symphony. You know, do 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 do
Yeah,
do
yeah. I
do.
remember you telling me that. Though. I remember you mentioning that to me.
So we recorded
Yeah.
that, and of course I was the OG on the track, but me, uh, Indica, who just called me, my little sister Indica Spitz, and Toy Riffraff Robinson, the blue collar MC, and Eric Wilson, Scratch Paper Productions, produced it, and he's also dropping bars on it. So we did record that, and
Yeah.
Eric is putting the finish. We recorded that technically almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm.
so
Mm.
Eric is, he's doing whatever he's doing to it as producer. Uh, he just built a new studio, so he doing that thing. But that's gonna pop up sometime or another. Sutek said he got some tracks. Said he gonna send me a track or two that he did. I was very, very unconscious when I did them. No, he said he was not. He was unconscious when he did them. But we go. I still wanna. I still want to hear how you getting in with it. But yeah. But no stereo. Like I said, man, cats. But you're right. And D, you're right. But my only point was my thing ain't really relevance like that, but it's art. It's the art for art's sake. Uh, if if I don't care how old you are, if you're a painter, keep rocking it. It's just different in music because this music was started by young people, but it's now an art form that's everlasting. At if you got bars and if you can spit, I mean, you know, do I expect to be out here on tour? No. But if I can still drop heat and whoever like it, whoever don't like it, at this point I'm entertaining myself. Uh, you know, just to
But
drop
see, but,
bars.
but see, those the ones, them the cats. What he's saying right now, them the cats who blow back up. You know what I mean? Because they really doing it for them, but at the same time, they stumble on something that's fire. And next thing you know, we'll be this time next year he'll be on the iHeart tour or some shit like, yo,
Right.
I'm
And
like,
and
you
and
know
D,
what I'm
I tell
saying?
you, as a MC, as a writer of lyrics right now, man, I'm 20 times better of a rhyme writer than I was when I was out. I got more stuff to talk about. I know more
Yeah.
stuff. Uh,
Right.
Other things are more important. Before I was just really trying to tell the story, and that was the main purpose. Now I'm gonna
Hmm.
tell the story, but now I'm including wordplay. I'm including double entendres. You know, I'm adding different things, metaphors, similes that I wasn't building them and putting them together like I was back then when I had records out. So I mean, but is it gonna sell? 100,000?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like
I
this,
don't care
still.
if 10 people
With
buy
with
it,
with
but
with this guy right here you talking to behind you, bruh, it could go platinum. And I got a plan. I ain't even
I'm gonna go
started with the
with you on
plan.
that. But I'm just like like
Yeah,
like September. I'm going. You sent me the track, and it was blazed, man.
we're gonna do a video on it and everything. I got a plan.
It's in,
D.
it's cats that are like 25. They talk about the
Hmm.
golden era. Hip hop was 95 to 99.
Right,
Hear cats like a lot of the East Coast cats were out here in Las Vegas for a while trying to break onto the strip, and they were saying I would hear conversations. They would talk about hip hop, the greatest hip hop, and it ended in '86, and I'm like, '86. There's a whole branch. So when I hear conversation like that, then I hear the young dudes picking up that same old man mentality, talking about
right,
the new kids
right,
what they're doing now. As long as you stay young in your taste, because you realize that
right,
hip hop's been around for almost now 50 years, and you hear things recycle. You hear drum beats,
right,
you
right,
post recycle. So it's always something that you're gonna find that you're gonna like, and that's how you keep on keeping on. As long as you can catch that beat and you kicking something that's gonna be rhythmic that gives another drum beat to what that beat is,
right.
and people catch on to it. As long as you stay young in mentality with that maturity, you're gonna have another hit, and you're gonna stay
Facts.
been,
Hey,
been
to,
forever.
to tell you the truth, to see how you just broke that down is how it should be. But even the truth to that is, you ain't even got to do all of that these days and have a hit. You ain't got to be all that rhythmic. Matter of fact, we ain't even got to know what the hell you saying. We ain't even got to necessarily understand you
Well, they
for,
James Brown,
for you
they
to have a hit.
they're James Brown riffing though. They're vamping. That's what James Brown
Mhm.
called it. They're James.
Right,
It's James Brown vamping, and people didn't necessarily understand what James Brown was saying in the funk years, but he was
right.
in, and he was getting it across to the people, and people loved it. So that's what I
Yeah, but James
And
also
that's
was
that's
always in the
because
pocket, though. James
that
always in the
yeah,
pocket.
exactly. But let me tell you something, chill. That's because I learned something. And you know what I mean? This is a real jewel I'm about to give
Here
out,
y'all
but I
go.
learned something.
Check the
It's
board.
oh,
it's I learned something. I learned that, like, even Michael Jackson said, he said even a baby knows a melody. So when I start playing with melodies and start learning that melodies, you could not say nothing, but that melody will always be in your head. Then I start writing accordingly and making stuff accordingly to that. So that song I sent you, you see it's organic, it's real organic, and it's really a lot of ear candy. And all you got to do is lay on that, be in that pocket.
But I do want to say when Stereo sent me that track and it was so smoothed out at first, I'm like, is this gonna be like somebody singing? Is this like a singing? Like, do we want me to like just to drop like something on somebody's song? Then that beat drop. Then when I heard the hook, and Stereo was on there singing too, by the way, and
Yeah, I'm doing the
dropping a
hook.
little melodies in the and I was like, then once I heard the direction and oh man, I was like, dude, I'm a
Yeah.
murder this one. But
It fed yo, it fed everything that he is. This is how you know I know this man when he's spitting and all that because it fed every sense that he got, and I knew it would. No matter what he says, he's like, man, this better be. I'm like,
I
chill.
like
I'm about
Stereo,
to
this
send
better
you
be hot. Don't be sending me
this.
no foolishness,
Word up.
man. And I'm tell you, I wouldn't say that track, man. That track, man. Hey, the whole it wasn't just the track; it was the concept. that made me
Yeah.
say, yeah, I'll do this, bruh.
Yeah.
Because first I was like, man, I ain't rapping all fast and crazy if it ain't in the pocket. I was talking all this stuff, and he sent it to me, and I was like, oh, damn, okay, I can get with this. All right, y'all. So we got it in. We got into some good hip hop talk.
We've got to be able to debut the song on the film review.
Which
Mm.
song? You talking about the stereo song?
Yes, we have to have y'all on and actually debut the song right then. When it's
Man,
up,
that shit gonna be fire.
when when it's up on all of the platforms you're gonna put it on,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's dope.
there, so we can just
Man,
push.
that's gonna be, man. I'm telling you, man. The
Yeah.
track the stereo again. I said this before, but the track the stereo. When I heard that, because I didn't know what stereo was gonna send me. He's like, chill. I got this. I got this for you, man. And I'm thinking like, how you got something for me? You ain't heard me rhyme in 30 years. How the hell you got something for me? He's like, chill.
That's
I got something in my mind. Like, man,
yeah.
I don't want to hear no crazy beat that I can't really get with. Man, he said, I'm gonna send it to you.
Mm.
Man, I'm like, oh, I start writing rhymes in my brain as I was listening to it.
And D, he ain't even take heed to that. It was something. It was a lesson in that. He don't understand when I say something. It's what it. I didn't even want to hear what he had to say because I already knew what it was. Real talk, right here. I was like, man, I
I'm
got you,
telling
man.
him what
Just
I don't want, and man, don't send me no beats. This man,
right.
I'm telling him what I want the beat to be. Man, I get down. I need that boom bap. I need the. He's like, chill. I'm sending you the track in a second. Like it's done. Like I'm not taking
Yeah.
orders on how it's gonna sound. The track done already. I made it.
You feel me? And that's D, that's that Gemini thing. We know what we know. You can't tell us what we don't know. We gonna show you what we know.
Yeah,
That's what
that
it
that that
is.
track was fire, and it got hotter and hotter the longer I listened to it. And then once I heard the hook and what it was, what the subject or what I could do off that subject matter, I'm like, pff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I got to step up. I can't, I got to really come with it on this because this got
And
meaning.
it's the perfect song for the perfect time.
Yeah, it got meaning. So I got to, I got to come with it. So yeah, but just to let him know I wasn't playing,
Yeah, he
I
ain't
had to
even.
drop him a couple bars.
Yeah, them
Like
lyrics is ridiculous. I knew they would be though. I just
you
knew it,
you
man.
couldn't have known that because
I
I
knew.
wasn't
Let me
writing
tell
like
you.
that 30 years ago.
No, let me tell you, Chill. I'm gonna tell you something, man. It ain't about the fact that you weren't writing like that 30 years ago. It's about the character of who you are. You feel what I'm saying? That never changed from 30 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? It never
Right.
changed. You the same. You look damn near the same as you did then. Just little. You don't even look older. You look like the same dude. You feel what I'm saying? But more so than anything, the character of who you was is what I knew. Like you gotta understand. I don't know, you probably do understand, but I'm really a professional in this, man, when it comes to sizing people
I've been
up,
on how you've
putting
been
them
getting down
together.
since you've
Yeah.
been on. I
So
mean, I
so so knowing who you are and your sound and what you do, my whole thing was like it wasn't MC Chill, yo, he spit some bad lyrics. What it was yo, MC Chill dope and he's a storyteller. I know when he hear this is him. He's gonna put something on there that's gonna be crazy because you tell a story. Like I say, you paint a picture mentally for the blind, man. You can close your eyes and see what you're saying, and that's to me that's a prolific writer. That's a person that do this for real. That's all I surround
right.
myself with is those kind of writers and rappers and stuff. So I banked on that part.
Hey, I appreciate you sending me that track, man. Because
Yeah,
I mean, you could have gave that to anybody. That track is
facts.
fire.
Yeah,
That track is fire. But
and it is a track to make you rise to the occasion. You know,
yeah,
as an
yeah,
artist myself, as a singer now, and as was a writer, it wasn't that I wrote a lot of songs before I knew how to write to a track by myself. But once I started getting music, I noticed that certain music made me write different,
yeah,
made me push the pen. You feel what
yeah,
I'm saying? Because it was so hot, and you say to yourself, "This, yo, I can't be this can't be whack. I gotta
yeah. No, you got
clean
it.
this
Yeah,
up."
I know
Yeah.
that's true.
So
That's true.
so I
That's
learned
like
I learned the formula.
I
I
don't know.
learned the formula.
I don't know. Like when Nas, I don't know if the track came first, but like on Nas, if I ruled the world, like
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
hand you something called "If I
yeah.
Ruled the World," and
Right.
it got that type of flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, you just can't say anything with a
Exactly.
track like that. And it's
Yeah.
called "If I Rule the World."
Yeah.
You just
Exactly.
can't say nothing, that don't
Right.
make any sense, that ain't
Yeah.
inspirational. Because
Mm-hmm.
you get a chance
Mm-hmm.
to answer, "If I ruled the world," what you gonna do?
Exactly.
Not say something
Exactly.
whack. That's for one. That's for sure what you not gonna do. So,
Facts.
so when you
What
sent
up,
me
D?
that, I was like, "Ooh, all right, D, what's up?"
I'm gonna ask you a question, the same question I asked MC Light, since both of y'all are MCs.
MC
Do
Lights on the
do you
microphone.
write do you write to the beat, or do you sometimes write rhymes already and then you just match it to a beat?
I do both. Uh, I write rhymes without a beat. I mean, because where do I get beats from? I mean, it ain't like I'm sitting around like with people just giving me beats. So I'm thinking, like I said before, I'm just putting bars together with wordplay and something I think to slick, some double entendres, and and now I do a lot of things where I'll reference, because I realize that's kind of my lane now. I'll reference old school songs to some new school stuff, and so I'll reference older. So like a lot of times I'll send Smooth some stuff and that I know that only he would get the reference to. Like chill, ain't no, I'm like, I know nobody would get that reference. He's like, so what? That was dope. But yeah, but you just can't always do that because they don't always fit with the track that you get. But like this
Right.
track that he sent me, I all of those bars that I wrote on that was stuff that I
Right.
came up with listening to
For
that
that
track.
yeah,
Like
particular
it wasn't
joint.
nothing. It wasn't like I always joke and say I got bars in layaway, and I do, because I just write bars for no reason, just because I'll think of something like, oh man, let me
Mm-hmm.
hold on to that, and but all the stuff that I got for this, I came up with while listening to that track. So I do both, but a lot
Yeah.
of times I'll write bars just to write them. If I think of something clever, you know,
You
uh,
know, that's dope. That's dope. It's
like dude sent me another kid sent me a track, and it got like this James Baldwin intro where James Baldwin is talking, and
yeah.
then the beat come in, and so I got a chance to reference, even though I do got some James Baldwin references, but I referenced like an old school a lyric to something. So I used a bar that said something like, if we charge them extra for what they did to the Cold Crush, what we go charge for the Scottsboro boys, bruh. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I took that Jay-Z, I
Yeah.
overcharged them for what they did to the Cold Crush. Plus, that's Jay-Z referencing a
Close.
older
Yeah.
school group,
Yeah.
the Cold Crush. But I took that, if he
Flip
overcharging
it.
for what they did to the Cold Crush, what
Right.
we go charge for the Scottsboro boys, bruh? So if we
Right.
charging extra for that, what we go charge for this?
That. Right. Right.
And I wrote that to his beat, but just them two beats right there. Before that, I ain't had no beats. I mean, Stereo sent me his track, and my boy KT sent me that. But see, he just wanted me to jump in with a 16 on KT's because he got
Mm-hmm.
two other cats flowing. So all I had to do was just my hot 16. But
Right.
Stereo sent me a whole song.
Mm-hmm.
So, so the answer to the question is I probably do more just writing bars without a beat, because when do I have beats? I ain't out here really trying to make records, but I'll still, write bars. But once I get a beat,
Now
then
I could I
I'll
could
write
tell you
something to that.
I could tell you this, D. Before I went to New York, I heard Jay Z, and then when I got to New York, I heard Jay Z, and then people like, yo, he go in the booth and he don't even write. He just go in and start spitting, and he come out with some fire. So in my mind, the gym, I'm like, this dude, I've been doing this my whole life, so I know the trick to it, right? I'm
But
saying to
I got
myself,
thoughts on that. That was me and J. Cole was talking about that the other
right?
day.
What you think about that?
Okay, this is my thing. And I tell you this, D. yeah, it sounds amazing that
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z don't write nothing down. Okay,
Right.
but I that's what I do that too. But the only
Mm-hmm.
difference is I end up writing it down because unlike Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
after I committed the whole thing to memory,
Mm-hmm.
it might be never that I get to a recording studio. But
Right.
if you come up with it in your mind, because I
Mm-hmm.
always write the bars and never write them down at
Right.
first until I get
Right.
the whole thing. But
Mm-hmm.
now, if I had, the opportunity to come up with it and then go right to the studio, then I could do
Mm-hmm.
that all the time.
Well, let
But
me tell you the trick
but
to
I
that.
might write, I
Yeah.
might come up with a whole song and never get to the studio, so it ain't gonna stay in my mind
It's the
forever.
it's the it's the trick to that, chill. Now, see, Jay Z told on himself, but I've been doing this my whole life.
Right.
Let
But
me
all
tell
I'm
you the
saying is
trick to the.
that's how I write.
Right.
Except
Right.
I'm eventually have to write it down because when am I gonna get to the studio? If I came up with bars all the time and I know that the next week or as soon as I finished it, I could go
Mm-hmm.
to the studio and drop it, I would never
Mm-hmm.
have to write anything down because I created it in my mind in the first place. But I'm
Well,
gonna eventually have to write it down because
let me
who
let
knows
me
when the hell I'm getting to the studio.
let me enlighten you to the game, my man. Listen to this. Jay gave it away. I'm the only one probably heard him, but I've been doing it my whole life. First of all, when you're an artist, what happens to you first being an artist for most artists, they write lyrics. They don't have no beat to write to, so they just start writing lyrics and making songs in their head. That's how it usually always starts. And then when you evolve, people start giving you tracks, or you either making tracks and you go on to that. So all Jay Z does is this, which I've got so many gigs, so much money walking in people's sessions, listening to a beat and just humming some words, and then start singing the words and making the hook. And they're like, "Yo, that got to be on the record. Go do that." All it is, man, is all the rhymes I ever wrote in the beginning. You know how you write a rap. You sit there and you write the first line, you write the second line, write the
Mhm.
third line. Then when you get to the fourth line, you go back up to the top when you practicing it, you go back down. You memorizing everything you ever wrote because you got to
Right.
write it like that.
Right.
So it's nothing if you don't, it's nothing to hear a track and conform your words to the track. That's all he does. He
Hmm.
already said he already said when he was coming up, he had mad stacks of um folders with lyrics in it, notebooks. That's
Right.
all he doing is recycling what he already got.
Right.
That's
But
already
I'm
embedded in his
saying
head.
maybe not. But you might know
No,
better.
it's easy because they think I'm a genius because I do it. That's how I know it's the same effect.
But see,
It's
we all come
easy.
from the old school, and so does Jay.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
that we all came from where we was writing. We got
exactly,
stacks and books and notebooks and blah blah blah.
exactly.
But my only point is and now cats is writing in their phones.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I do come up with whole like
Yeah,
16, like
yeah.
I'll do a whole 16 in my head, but it's only
Right,
gonna stay in my head
right.
for
For a
so
certain amount of
long.
time.
Like if I
Right.
create it in my head, I keep memorizing it, and
Hmm.
I'll say it. Maybe I'm walking to the store,
Yeah.
and I'm saying it, and I remember what I wrote. Now, if I could
Right.
go right to the studio,
Hmm.
I could spit it without ever having written anything
Right.
down. But
Yeah,
since
that's not to say that ain't what you saying
I'm
ain't
not
right.
getting to
Yeah.
the studio no time
Right.
soon, after a
Right.
while, if I want to remember it,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to write it down.
But yeah, that happens. I'm not saying that don't happen, but I'm just saying that what they were saying about him, I know how he does it because I do the same thing. It's all in my head. I've been writing for so long that it's just in my head. You feel me? I could snatch 10 songs out my head right now, the full lyrics and everything, because I've been writing for so long. And
Right.
it's the same thing. You just conform the song to the track. That's all you have to do. And if it's a song that maybe has some dated words, just switch those words up a little bit, and that's what it do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, it's levels to writing and producing. It's levels to all this, man. And I think once you learn the tricks of the trade, this is what makes you that money when you learn the tricks of the trade. It's shortcuts, but at the end of the day, it's shortcuts and you get the job done fast. I've seen a couple of sessions start humming some hooks and bam, there it is on the record. There I am with some publishing. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But that's the whole thing. But yeah, once once it's like riding a bike, man. If you went that far as to getting the deal for the first time out of Cleveland, the major deal, that means you had a flame burning in your heart for this music thing. So that usually don't go out with artists.
Well,
That's why
but
I knew. That's why I knew when I approached you with the track, I already know. And I told what I tell you, if you ain't rapping again, you gonna rap when you hear this
right,
track.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because I know what's gonna burn that flame again. I know it's
Yeah,
that
but
you gonna light that flame.
my pen is on
Yeah,
fire right now though.
no
But
doubt, no doubt.
my pen is on fire. But yeah, but
Man.
one thing I want to tell you, like D, Crazy
Hmm.
D just did a real extensive interview on me,
Hmm.
and I tell anybody, yeah, I got my deal. I was the first cat that
Hmm.
to get a deal, this and that. I said, but how long I was rhyming before then, before
Look
I
at
got
that.
that deal. I was
Hmm.
I was I had a line that I never used anywhere. I got man so many lines that I never ever used, and this is
Hmm.
something from way back that I had a bar that said, and I think I took this off of uh I connected this to a KRS One lyric. I think it was the KRS One line was how many MCs
Must get this.
this before
Yeah.
somebody says don't fuck with
Don't.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a bar that said how many MCs was putting in work before I was wearing my Bomb Squad shirt. So my point
Hmm.
was I didn't start rapping when I got my record deal. Man, I had put in
Hmm.
like 4 5 years of work prior to that.
Right. Right. Of
Back
course.
when I was in a
Yeah.
crew called the Bomb Squad. That's why the lyric,
Hmm.
how many MCs was putting in work before I was wearing my Bomb Squad shirt. Oh yeah, it
Right.
might have been cats after that, but who
Right.
was before me in Cleveland?
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
probably can count them on no fingers.
Right. Right. Fact.
What's up, D?
A stereo. I have a
Yeah.
question for you. Um,
Hmm.
Yeah, Ma, you right. That's we didn't let D do it again. Go ahead. Now it's all right. Go ahead.
we're having a nice civil conversation about hip hop music and about production and MC. So here's my question for you, stereo. Being you're on the production side, studio side, can you take different? Someone sends you an MP3 of them rapping a cappella over the track that you have.
Hmm.
I know that that can be placed, but can you,
Right.
depending on what mic they use, does it depend on the mic that they use, or can if they have, let me just say, pins and needles, you can take put the wet on it and make it match with the other MC's vocals, or do they have to use a certain mic and send it to you?
No, I could literally take that as raw as it could be, whatever it is, and make it sound like make a record out of it because it's all about the apps and the applications that you put on the vocals and all that. So that's easy. It ain't like it used to be where you got to record straight because now you got to record and you got to do it as straight as possible because it's so many plugins and so many different things for vocals and stuff that it'll sound just like the next thing. It'll compete with everything else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so many plugins for that. You know what I'm saying? It definitely, yeah, definitely. That's the easiest thing in the world. That's why come on, look at what's going on right now, D. This is all these people out here right now with songs on the internet and all this that you like, how did they make it? But they even got an app out right now that you could sound like another rapper. You ain't seen these commercials online. Like you could, if you want to sound like this, put this app on, and you sound like what's his name? One of the young cats. Like you like, damn, how they do that? But it's an app that you could put in the studio to sound like any rapper that's out there. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That is
That's
crazy to
crazy.
me.
Hey man, well I got to go. I'm gonna stretch out. I didn't let my kids trick me this time. I got my food before the show, so I had to
Oh yeah,
Captain
yeah.
Tony seafood pizza again, and
Let me get chill before you go. Let me say this real quick because I got to say this is important. Also, there's an app like let's say you got a regular mic. They got a mic app that'll give you annoying, that'll give you any kind of mic you want, and any you can use any kind of mic, but the application it could turn into any mic that's warm, any of the hottest mics. You know what I'm saying? $1,000 mic, $10,000 mics. They got the app for it, where it's just you turn them, you put on app like whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be a Neumann, just flip the Neumann switch. Now you singing in the mic and it sound like you warm like a Norman mic. You get what I'm saying? So they got an app, man. The apps is going bananas right now. The apps is crazy. Teddy Roddy is a strong trader of apps. Like he'll send you drum kits you ain't heard. Yeah, he dope with he got a lot of sounds and all these different things. But yeah, the apps is crazy, man. This is I know you ready to go, but let me say this real quick. This is the millennium situation right now. These young kids coming up, this is what they use, and they know this technology. They know these apps. They know what to use. This is why they killing the game right now. They computer kids. All we had was a calculator and maybe a ruler. We ain't have all this internet and all that stuff. We thought we was fancy if we had a big calculator. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy right now. So that's why I keep them around me so I can learn and absorb and you know what I mean, keep staying and running. You know what I mean?